This video is about prepping with honor. The reason that America is sliding away from us is because honor has slipped through the ranks in our land. As I read and study all the current events and circumstances that we're in this country right now, and the reason I started prepping seriously and devoting my life to it is because of the circumstances and what I see over and over again, not only on YouTube but in other places too, is how many people are prepping without honor. And that's what this video is about. It's about prepping with honor. You can have all the guns in the world, all the ammo that you would need, but without honor, it's worthless. You could have all the food that you could ever want or need. You could have 10 lifetimes worth of food for you and your family, but without honor, it's worthless. You could have all the combat experience in the world and all the training of a million highly trained athletes and soldiers, but without honor, it's worthless. I want to ask a question today to the prepping community, to those preppers out there. I want to ask you if you're prepping with honor. Do you have the honor? Do you honor, or do you just care about yourself and your cause? There's so many preppers out there that are just self-centered and all they care about is themselves, and they think they're going to get the guns and the food and are just going to shoot people and kill them on sight and glory in the guts and the blood. And that is the absolutely wrong approach to prepping. And that is why this country is in the condition that it's in when it comes to lack of honor. Now, honor is a character that must be worked on. It must be kept. It must be preserved within a man's heart. Honor. A prepper with honor tries to preserve life and only takes life to preserve life as a last resort. There's no glory in taking someone's life, especially if they come on your property in need and desperate and hurting and needing something that they think that you have, or else they feel they'll die. Something to think about is the question your honor. Am I going to just take their life on impulse because I want to preserve what's mine and it's all about you? Is it your first inclination to shoot and kill? Or are you going to put some time in and train, some restraint in your combat training when possible? Do you know what the prepping community needs? It doesn't need another video right now on combat arms, although that's important, and I believe in it, and I am armed, and I'm ready for that part. However, there are numbers and thousands of video on tactical arms and shooting people and all the all the guts and glory in killing people. There's videos everywhere. Everywhere you turn, there's videos on that kind of stuff. But what this one is about honor. It's about a code of honor. And that's what we need to restore this country back to where it should be, is a code of honor. I want to read an illustration here from you. Talking about honor, here's Robert E. Lee. Though poor after the Civil War, he refused a salary of $50,000 a year to let an insurance company use his name. He said that if his name was so valuable, he must guard it and its integrity. That's Robert E. Lee. That's honorable. That's honorable. Now, what I think we need is, as a prepping community, I think we need some more honor, some more values. I think that we need to talk to our leaders in our groups, and if you are a leader, I think you ought to spend some time on this Labor Day and think about honor, your own honor. And you need to think about a code of honor, maybe drafting something up and writing and distributing to your group, and just reviewing and reminding, especially the young folks in your group, about what honor really means and what your group stands for. Every prepper claims to be the good guy, but without a true code of honor, you're just like everybody else who's part of the problem. Prepping without honor is just vanity. Now, it'd be a good idea to think about writing up a code of conduct, maybe write one up, review it, and live by it. Renew within yourself. Rededicate your heart back to honor. And that's what's slipping in the ranks in America, like I said before. And that's why we're in this predicament. That's why we're in this troublesome land that we live in. That's why we're prepping now, is because it's This America's honor is slipping away because of the people in the higher ranks. The reason to prep is to restore America's honor that's slipping away so fast. Here's another illustration I want to read to you. This is from a pastor of a local church, not here, this is probably years ago, but he said this: for practical purposes, the human race can be divided into three parts. Number one, honest men who mean to do right and do it. Number two, men who mean to do wrong and do it. And number three, fools who mean to do whichever of the two is more pleasant. And I'm afraid to say that there's a lot of people in the younger generation, there's a lot of preppers out there. And I'm not trying to belittle everybody. I'm just trying to get you to think about your own personal honor in this trying time we live in. But there's a lot of preppers out there that don't have honor. And they just want to do what's convenient. They want to jump on a bandwagon, and they just want to get their food and get their guns and establish themselves as an authority, when that's not what it's about. That's not what it's about at all. Next thing I want to say here is, remember, there's no honor in taking someone's life. That is not honorable. There is honor in preserving someone's life. Now, in restoring someone's life. There's honor in helping somebody that's confused, helping somebody that doesn't know anything about prepping, helping somebody that is helpless, that someone that is frustrated in their hearts and in their minds and don't know what to do in this trying time. There's honor in trying to help somebody in that situation. Now, imagine somebody coming when things do get bad, coming to your house with a meaningful heart and not trying to hurt you, begging for food, and you're going to have a young gun just shoot somebody who comes through their gate because they're starving and think you may help them. There's something that needs to be talked about amongst the group in this situation. There needs to be a standard operation for something like that. Maybe like a standard operating procedure. Maybe some kind of rule or some kind of boundaries set up where you're not just going to go and shoot somebody on sight just because you're able to, and may even be justified. Just because you're justified in shooting somebody doesn't make it right in every case. We have to use our heads as intelligent preppers, as intelligent soldiers in today's world. The next thing is, there's a lot more to prepping than just your own personal interests. You have to remember that. Especially if you have a channel out and you're trying to help somebody with this prepping thing, you should be trying to help people. You're not trying to gloat in your skills or your glory or in your money or in your situation. It should be about helping people. It's going to be hard to help people once the stuff hits the fan a little bit, because it's going to be hard to realize who you can trust and who you can't. So now is the time to establish the honor back into your heart where it should be. Now think about this. Most preppers know that yesterday's skills are fading away. But here's a thought. Remember that yesterday's honor and integrity are fading away too. Now here's another illustration I want to give to you. This is about the Declaration of Independence. It says here, the climax of the American Declaration of Independence is reached in these closing words. For the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortune, and our sacred honor. That quote's from our founding fathers, where sacred honor actually meant something back in those days. When these God-fearing founders of America pledged their sacred honor, it really meant something. These were the men of character and integrity of yesterday that made America strong. Now, if America is ever going to get strong again, honor must be replaced back into the ranks. Now, I want you to think about this today on this Labor Day. I want you to consider in your own heart, am I prepping with honor? Or am I just a loose cannon? This is the Panhandle Prepper, and thanks for watching, and I wish you the best. And I just want you to search your hearts today and think about this. Am I prepping with honor?